Another color tool that we have is the Minifind. Rather fun to use is the leaf color. So if we go into effects and let's type in leaf color. Oh, pause. Leaf color. There it is. So let's find a clip that is easy to do this in. Let's do it on this clip. Let's drag leaf color on top of this clip right here. Let's double click on here and get it in my source here. Let's go to effect controls. Let's hit the eyedropper, and I want to leave the color green. And now the amount of deer color is at 0. So let's drag this to the right, and notice we're losing some of that color. So let's see. Notice if we got 100, see how bright that was. But once we desaturate it, look at the green. We left that green on there, and we made it a little bit black and white wherever else. It's that Pleasantville effect that's very popular in movies. So that's pretty much how you do it. It's just a leave color effect. Um, Another color correction tool that many find easy to use is the fast color corrector. So if I type in fast color corrector, there it is. We see a fast blur happen if you want to blur something out quickly. But we put fast color corrector on a clip. I double click it, and we go to our effects controls. Let me make sure this is on here. And let's see. Let's make sure this is on here. Fast color corrector. And there it is. It's a fast way where you can just drag the wheel however you want to do. If you want to make it purple, you want to make it blue, you want to make it orange, however you want to, you want to make the color and make some quick adjustments to it. There's the purple right there. If you know your hue angle, and you know, it's just a quick way you can make the saturation all the way down to get it to black and white if you need to. So you can really go to the colors that you need and make some quick changes with the fast color correction. There is the 3-wheel that many people are used to, so let's delete this effect, fast color corrector. Let's type in three-way color corrector. Let's drag this on top of this clip. Let's get back here, effects control. Let's get 3-way color corrector on there. And that's the 3-wheel, just like in Avid that we previously did in the previous tutorial. And you got your 3 wheels for your shadows, midtones, and highlights. Adjust them how you want to, how do you want the color to look. Give it a little blue tint with some purple in there. Actually, you can kind of see the sun reflection there, so that looks really nice. So the 3-way color corrector is another tool that you use. Another popular effect, especially with this parkour footage, is going to be really fun to use, is freeze frame. How do you make a freeze frame? Pause the action for a second. So say right here where he made this jump, I want to freeze it for 1 second. Like, what's going to happen? So if I control click on my timeline where I left my indicator, I select well, there's 2 options actually right here. There's a couple of options right here. But you can add a frame hold right here. So if we add a frame hold, notice the audio stayed the same. So if I press play right now, it held that right there. It held it. The audio, I can still hear the audio, but it held that action there. So that's one way to do a freeze frame, is to wherever you have that indicator, control click, add frame hold. And it's going to pause the action there for a second. But notice it didn't make any change with the audio there. So that's an important tool, the frame tool. I mean, you can make sure you have both selected, and then it will do both to make sure that you're kind of in sync there with both of them together on the timeline. And notice there's actually options right there that you can go to, so you can make some options like what you want to include in the stuff, the time, how old to hold it on, the filters. Do you want to keep it on the playhead, etc. You actually have some options of where you want to hold it. Notice I have some red here from doing some effects. So you have to render. There's a couple of ways to render I'm going to make an in point and an out point on my entire timeline here. That's the way that I do it. And if you go to sequence, you have render to in and out. If I select that, it's going to render everything that I need. I have 8 effects on there, so it's got to render it. It's got to make its own file type. When you export, you can render there, but I recommend that you just do it before you export. It makes it a lot quicker when you're doing this. So we're just going to wait for this bar to go past. If you made some mistake for whatever reason, you can cancel out your render. Not a big deal. And then you can do it over again. Notice it's going green when it's done. So, but green, obviously, I got some more stuff going on there. I got to get some audio rendered. So, if you don't have the in and out points, if you go to the sequence there, they have an option where you can select render at position, wherever your indicator is. That's where it's going to render. It's going to render that clip. So it's going to play it automatically. You also have, notice, render effects in to out. That's an option. You can also, I render in and out because that's everything. Render selection if you just have one clip. And if you just want to do audio, you just render the audio. So render is a really important tool to utilize here as we go on with this. So you really want to, and I can, if I control click, I can clear my in and out points. So now it's not on the timeline itself. Now notice to the right here, I'm dragged all the way down where we're just really seeing the waveforms. I'm going to bring this where my cursor is up and where I can see a little bit better on here. Now one tool we didn't use on the tool palette here, we have the magnifying glasses to zoom in and out. If I have the pen tool, maybe I need to make some keyframes where that audio is. Remember, one way to make it smoother was doing L cuts, but another way to make it smoother, just better than just putting an audio fade on it, is to use the pen tool and make keyframes. So if I make 1 point, you need 2 points for a keyframe, at least 2 points. So I have 2 points right there, and I want to, where this audio is in the beginning, it's going to be level right there, but then I want it to fade out. So I'm going to drag this audio down, and notice how that audio lowers for me here. And then I want it to, midway, I want to add another keyframe, because then I want to make it higher again. So I lower it, then make it higher. So if we play this clip, audio lowers, and now it's going to get a little bit louder as he does his stunt. And there we go. And that's how you do more effects in Premiere Pro.